Good evening. Good evening. Trying to get the volume adjusted here. There we go. Okay. Welcome to our awards ceremony, especially here with the Service Awards and the National Honor Society this evening. We do this every year, and I'm going to do this before I forget. Those who are seniors, I've been told this by a number of them already, that we never got to do this. So this is kind of a special night for them as well, since in the middle of COVID we kind of did them virtually. They were scattered all over wherever their homes are, and they watched it online, and so it's kind of a big night for those guys who are seniors as well. This evening I'm going to fill a couple roles here. My position here is advisor to the NHS, and we do different service type things around the school. Our two big events each year are the blood drive in the fall and in the spring, and then roadside pickup in the fall and the spring. We just did our roadside pickup last week. Here, our section of road is out here on Oakdale. We start at Thompson and we go down to Mendota. We have about a 1.5 mile stretch that we do every spring. And we had a great participation. That's always the first event that the newbies get to be involved in. So, membership in the National Honor Society is one of the highest honors that can be awarded to a high school student. The NHS has worked hard to bring the accomplishments of outstanding students to the attention of parents, teachers, peers, and the community. Chapters in more than 20,000 high schools across the nation strive to give practical meaning to the Society's goals of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. The candle which is lit, the one in the middle here, represents the Society's torch of knowledge. The torch and the light it gives has become the symbol of learning. This torch of knowledge has the power to direct and lead each seeker down incredible paths of adventure and opportunity. The torch of knowledge is flanked by unlit candles representing those cornerstones of our society: the scholarship, leadership, character, and service. No student is inducted solely on his or her academic accomplishments or upon any one of those considerations. The National Honor Society seeks to recognize a student who excels in all four of these areas. So those of you who are new, today the emblem of the National Honor Society will be yours from this day forward. That should make you proud. All that is good from your God-given talents and efforts, all that you have and that which you seek must always then be paid forward and shared with others. Membership is more than an honor. It incurs a responsibility and an obligation to demonstrate those ideals in all your daily endeavors. Membership also carries responsibility to the chapter. If your chapter of the National Honor Society is to be effective and meaningful, each member must become and remain involved, holding the ideals by which you were selected. So thank you. Thank you for stepping forward to seek application, and also then welcome this evening. So our current NHS president is not here, so I'm going to read the president's message. She's golfing or on her way back from golfing, so we have a couple spots that are empty because athletes haven't made it back yet from their activities. So I'm going to read her message. Good evening and welcome to all the parents, students, faculty, and staff here tonight. My name is Catherine Beekman, and over the past year I have had the honor of serving as the president of the National Honor Society. This evening I have the privilege of introducing the newest members of the National Honor Society here at St. Croix Lutheran. Membership into the NHS is not easily attained and requires dedication and hard work. The students who have been chosen to become members of the National Honor Society have demonstrated exceptional qualities in those four elements: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. The newest members of the National Honor Society must excel in scholarship, meeting the basic requirements of attending St. Croix for minimum of three consecutive semesters, as well as maintaining a minimum GPA of 3.25. As Christians, we look to Christ as an example of service. This attribute is highly valued in every aspect of life and is therefore one of our core values. Each of these new members have shown exemplary selflessness and service. Through new membership, these students will be able to continue serving by using the programs the NHS provides, such as our highway pickup and blood drives. These new members have shown that they are leaders. Leadership not only involves taking charge and stepping up to challenges, but it also includes bringing out the best in others. Whether it be in the classroom, on a sports team, or in the community, these members have led others to realize their God-given abilities. Finally, these new members before us were selected into the Honor Society due to their Christian-like character. The morals, ethics, and values of these students reflect Christ, as well as the values of the National Honor Society. Soon, these students will be inducted as members of the National Honor Society because of their achievements in these four categories. And I pray that each of these new members finds the NHS as a tool to continue to excel in those areas. These core values continue to be the core values that are strived for outside of the school walls and in the real world. By putting these values into practice, while still in the safety of the school, these new members of the NHS will be better equipped in the real world to continue to strive for these values. Congratulations to all the members for showing these outstanding qualities. Continue to pursue God no matter where life takes you, and these core values will shine as fruits of your faith. Okay, our next part of our evening here, I have 4 students who are current members of the National Honor Society, and they'll be reading a short description, a more detailed description of each of those qualities. Up first is scholarship. Let me turn the microphone on.
Cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have a chance to continually expand their world through opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Service.
Service. Service can be described in many various ways. In the routine of daily work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and our abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each of us our individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, striving daily to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward in the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a substantive charge to each of our members.
Okay, our next part is we will hand out the certificates for the new members. So we'll start with the juniors. So juniors. I'm going to do it this way. Chloe Furman. Congratulations. Tyler Goldberg. Congratulations. There you go. Trevor Johnson. Congratulations. Noah Rachi. Congratulations. Congratulations. And Sam Yang. Congratulations. And now the sophomores. So you guys can all stand. Andrew Beekman is on his way back from golf, so we'll get that to him later. Kathleen Katie Brzezinski, congratulations. Emma Fry, congratulations. Clara Ham. Nathaniel Harris, congratulations. Laura Hauge, congratulations. Lauren Hoffman, congratulations. Tabitha Johnson, congratulations. Silas Krieger, congratulations. Lucy Kunsel, congratulations. Hannah Murley, congratulations. Brooklyn Nide. Alex Rosine, congratulations. And Naomi Valou. Yep, you guys can light the candles.
Remember to tilt your unlit candle towards the lit candle. Would you please stand? We will now read together the Pledge of the National Honor Society. We read, "By my selection for membership in the National Honor Society, I do hereby pledge my loyalty to this organization. It shall be my earnest purpose to give unsparingly of my time and energy toward the promotion of all school activities. I will strive to be at all times a model student and will never knowingly bring reproach upon my school. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of this society for which I have been selected, striving in every way to maintain and encourage exemplary standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character." You may now extinguish your candles, but never let the flame of excellence fade from your life. You may be seated.
At this point, I would like all the seniors who are here to just stand so we can recognize you guys. Just like to thank them personally for all the help that they've given us over the last couple years, and glad you were able to be with us for a live participation here tonight. We're going to move on then to our next thing listed in our program. Mr. Gibson.
So tonight, as we go through the rest of the service awards, we want to thank all of the students who put so much time and effort in the various service opportunities that they have here and the service activities which help not only their classmates but those people from outside our school. A little explanation about the awards and the program that you have with you. We have found, surprise, surprise, that we give out awards, and many times at the end of the school year, they're still in the locker. So parents, if you would like the award printed, there will be a link in the newsletter, and there's also, it's on the back of the folder. You can order them, we'll have them printed. We can also have the program printed. If we make any spelling mistakes, we can change them just for you and make sure that you get those, and we'll have them at the front office so that we can verify that your child picked the packets up with their awards. So that's why you don't see us handing out awards tonight, and you can get those by ordering them. We also do not have the students come up in front, but as you see in the folder, we'll have them stand as we recognize them. If there's a lot of names, the person may choose to just have them displayed, and you can see the names, and then we'll recognize them. And we're going to start with the St. Croix Lutheran Academy ambassadors, and Ms. Biedenbender will take us through that.
Good evening, thanks for being here. I'm Anna Biedenbender, the Domestic Admissions Counselor here at SCLA, and I have the privilege of working with prospective families who are coming and looking at SCLA. Part of that is obviously telling them how wonderful SCLA is, but I can say all the things in the world and might not make an impact. What makes an impact is the current students that these families come into contact with, either on a tour in the hallways, and especially with these students who are listed behind me soon. Could I have those students listed and then have all of those students stand who are here? Oh, they're by class. So would all the freshmen please stand up? Can see all of them listed there. There are a lot of them, so I'm going to just have you stand up. Can we recognize them? Thank you. Wonderful. Sophomores, can you please stand up so we can recognize you? Awesome. And juniors? And finally, seniors. There are many students, as you can see, because we have many incoming students coming in at various grade levels. So I'm so thankful to each and every one of you students who have helped out. You really are the clincher in the admissions process for these families. And you do everything from going to local schools to leading groups during admissions events to, I think the biggest one is a shadow day, which is part of our admissions process. A prospective student comes in for an entire day and stays with a current student throughout that entire day. So not only do they have to be attentive to their regular classes, their regular activities, but they also have to be attentive to a guest that's with them. And we're just really, really appreciative of the time and the effort that you put in that and how you represent your Savior in that way. So thank you so much.
Oftentimes, if I'm meeting a student who's shadowing one of our ambassadors, I'll just greet them in the morning and tell them, hey, have a good time as you go through. And then I'll say, if you have any questions and you want to know the real answers, don't ask the principal, ask the students you're with. And I can trust that the students are representing St. Croix well. The next up are the chapel musicians. We have chapel every day. We have music almost every day in chapel, and sometimes that's just accompanying on the piano or the organ. Sometimes it's singing. Sometimes it's accompanying with a full band. And you have to be my age to understand this, but there was a show on television called Mission Impossible. It wasn't quite like what the movies are, but at the beginning, the person was charged with doing their impossible mission and then had to look through a stack of who he was going to take with and decide. And because of all the musicians we have, that's what we're able to do is, okay, for this song, we need a drummer, we need a guitarist, here we go, we need 2 singers, and that's what it's like for all of us who help choose and use the musicians that we have here. So, if we could see the list of chapel musicians, and any of you have been part and are here, please stand. Mr. Wine.
If any of you have had the opportunity to listen to one of our chapels online or maybe a Christmas concert or such, there's always people behind the scene who make that happen. And each and every day, I have a couple guys here, Tyler and Reese. They camp over there by the control board, and they make beautiful music. Okay, they make everything sound good. And I would like to change the title in the program to Chapel Techs Extraordinaires, because they have developed an ear, they have developed a talent for being able to not only work with the speaker and the sound of his voice and the volume of his voice, but especially when we have extra singers and the piano and percussionists and all of those things that are mixed at different levels and then make it sound good on the stream. These are the 2 guys that are behind that. So if you guys would just stand, thank you very, very much.
Hello, my name is Chris Mackey, and I am up here representing the Chapel Stream team, the video half of the extraordinary folks here that help make the online live streams what they are. We predominantly this year live stream chapels. We do that every single day. If you're interested, they're also archived on YouTube if you ever want to go back and watch them. We did some sporting events, but not a lot. And as you see on the screen, there are 5 individuals that have put a lot of their time and effort into making the live stream happen. They basically run the show every day, and it's pretty awesome. So if there are any of those individuals here, please stand up. I see one. Hey, there's another one. You guys are awesome.
My name is Mike Markward. I'm the director of the Choraleers and the choral director here, and I'd like to introduce you to some individuals who were selected through a rigorous audition process, and we take into account not only singing ability, but overall musicianship, and also their character and leadership ability. What they do throughout the year is more than just singing in concerts. They travel to churches around our association, and beyond that, representing our school, representing their Lord to the people that we serve. And they are some of the busiest people on campus, giving up a lot of weekend time to be able to do this, often waking up, getting ready for these things at 5, 6 in the morning on a Sunday, and spending the entire morning at some of these congregations, meeting people, singing God's praises, and proclaiming His name to people in various settings. They also travel different places as well. They represent our school at that Choral Festival, which is run by our synod. And also we went on a spring tour where we went up to a few cities in Minnesota to be able to interact with some school kids, to sing for some services and concerts. And one other thing that's really important that you don't see is their encouragement to other students in the choral program, where they encourage some of the younger, less experienced students in their musicianship and helping them to get better. And I think that's always a sign of a great leader, is when they make the people around them better. So I want to thank the Choraleers. Would you all stand, please, if you're here? These are the Choraleers.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Kristen Lehman. I am the Mandarin teacher here. Also work in international admissions and a lot with the dorm and the international program. So I have a few here in a row that I'm going to introduce, starting with the Feed My Starving Children volunteers. So particularly, I work with the dorm students and try to find opportunities for them to do community service volunteering, since they don't have parents here to help them, find those kinds of opportunities. If you were here a few years ago, we used to go down to Southview Acres, the senior care facility that's just down the road from here, and we would play games and do other things with the seniors that live there. Haven't been able to be there for the last couple years, so I've been finding other things to do. So this year we went once a week to Feed My Starving Children. And so I had a really great group of students who came almost every week to do that. And if any of you have been to Feed My Starving Children before, it can be a little tedious. You're just doing the same thing for an hour and a half, scooping rice or other vegetables into a bag that gets sent off to around the world, children who are hungry. But I would watch the students, and they would just have so much fun with it and do it with joy on their faces. And so I was just really proud of them for their willingness to do that on a weekly basis. So if you did Feed My Starving Children, would you stand up, please? All right, and then the next two kind of go together. So the Global Leadership Team and then the American Mentor Program or International Mentor Program. So Global Leadership Team is a group of both American and international students who just have a real passion for trying to bridge the cultures here at St. Croix. We have a lot of students that come from all around the world. So they kind of organize different activities that we do every month just to help the students who are new here and the students who come from different countries to make friends and to feel like a part of the St. Croix family. So the global leadership team works really hard to plan those events and to make sure everything is organized for that. So if you are a global leader, would you please stand up? All right, and then the International Mentor Program, or American Mentor Program, sometimes it's called, goes along with the Global Leadership Team. So these are American students who get paired up with one of the new international students who's coming here to St. Croix. So it's really their goal to just be a friend to that student, to help them the first week of school, find their way around school, answer any questions they have, just be a friend and a mentor to them throughout their first year at St. Croix. So again, a really fantastic group of students who have a passion for meeting new people and learning about different cultures. So if you are a mentor, could you please stand up? And I just have to say that Global Leadership and Mentor Program is certainly up there at the top of my favorite roles here at St. Croix. So just really appreciate all the students and their hearts for service and for our St. Croix family here. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Pastor Dave Hebner, and I have the privilege of leading the Homeroom Leader Group from the students, another service leadership type of thing that we have them do. Many of them take the opportunity in August to attend a training event to learn how to work with the groups that they're a part of, and then we really ask them to be mentors to the younger students that are in their homerooms. We have 24 homerooms. Each one has a faculty advisor that's part of that, but we ask the students to also be involved in getting to know the underclassmen and welcoming them, being mentors to them as they go through. So generally it's juniors and seniors, but this year we had 4 sophomores as homeroom leaders as well. So I'm not sure if they're going to go up by class. It looks like they are. So sophomores, if you're here, you could stand up. Thank you. And then the junior class, if you see your name there, well, you know you're a homeroom leader. Go ahead and stand up. Thank you. And then finally our senior group. Seniors, stand up if you're a homeroom leader, please. Thank you for the work that you do in helping our other students to feel welcome and part of our St. Croix student family.
Hi there, I'm Lorna Kapanke. The next group of students that we'd like to recognize are the volunteers that give their time and their kindness to either new friends and or Night to Shine. Very briefly, if you aren't familiar with New Friends, it's a service group here at St. Croix that reaches out to individuals in the community, typically young people who have special needs. So essentially, we're a friendship group that connects our St. Croix volunteers with individuals in the community. And then Night to Shine is an annual event that is best described as a prom for individuals with special needs. So you can see that those two service opportunities are kind of linked together. Both Night to Shine and New Friends are examples of events that came to a complete halt over the last year and a half with COVID, particularly due to like the physical and health vulnerabilities of our guests in particular. So when we think about the negative impacts of isolation, it was really a heartbreaker for us as volunteers and as participants to set that on the back burner for a whole year and a half. So when this fall came and we were able to jump back into it, I can assure you that there was pure joy in the air. So just a couple quick highlights I want to share with you so that you understand how these students impact their community. As I said, one of my favorite highlights was just that first day back. A phrase that we throw around often is, you know, it's nice to see you, or it's great to see you. But to really, with happy tears, be able to say, it is so great to see you after a year and a half was a real blessing. Another real blessing was lots of new faces, both with volunteers and participants this year. Another blessing was Pastor Sievert does a really good job of helping our volunteers really facilitate conversations about Scripture and Jesus with our guests. And so it's really cool to stand back and watch those conversations unfurl. I think another highlight for me was seeing a pack of alumni come in this year. They gave up their last Sunday of spring break to come and spend the afternoon with us, which was a real heart warmer. And just the last one, for those that served at Night to Shine, we weren't able to do it like we normally do it this year, but we did it as a drive-through at an airplane hangar. And one of the favorite things, of course, of the guests is always the red carpet. You walk down, you get cheered for. Well, this year they drove down, their parents drove them down. And I hadn't ever really thought about it before, but we expected the guests to have an awesome time, but the parents got to experience that feeling for the first time of just being absolutely adored and cheered for. And so while we loved the guest responses, there were not a lot of dry eyes, a few just absolutely bawling moms. And it was cool. It was just a check for me that when kids do this work, they're certainly impacting, you know, the participants, but their work goes much further than that in the encouragement that they offer to their families. So I'm very proud of them. And so if you've participated in New Friends or Night to Shine this year, please stand up and thank you for your work. Thank you very much. Sorry, I didn't know we had all the pictures. I think it's fantastic. One thing I'll just say as you're looking at those pictures too, like one thing that always occurs to me with those groups is it is not a difficult thing to do. It really isn't. But students have to dedicate the time and prioritize the time and show up. And so I'm just always so thankful when they do it. The last group then for in my realm would be peer tutors. And of course, this is a group that we want to show our appreciation to. Our group is a lot smaller this year, and I've been racking my brains and just have to assume that the teachers and students are just kind of rocking it. So peer tutors are individuals who willingly give of their time and their abilities and their talents to help out their peers. Usually it's in math and science. So we're just very appreciative of the work that they do behind the scenes to help their peers. So if we could have Melissa, I don't know, Melissa or Seon, if you're here, if you could stand, please. Thank them. Thank you, Seon. Appreciate it.
I am not Mr. Benkowski, but you've heard golf as the excuse. Mr. Benkowski is the golf coach, and he knew that he probably wouldn't be back or that he'd be running in here last minute. So he asked me to do this. And the first thing that I want to do talking about the athletic leadership team, I'm looking at his notes, and he has changed it to Crusader Activities Leadership Team for next year. So this is going to be a group of leaders among our activities, whether they're athletics, which would normally be like team captains, or other activities, speech, drama, and bring these students together and meet one morning a month to develop and practice leadership activities and talk about things that are happening in the school where they can use their leadership skills to direct the students. There'll be a panel of coaches and liaisons to other activities, and in the spring then they choose the activity leadership team for the next year. I believe we have this year's team. Do we? We do not. Okay. You can see them in the folder, the athletic leadership team. So since those of you out here can't see this, Catherine Beekman, Isabel Burt, Kyle Collington, Rachel Harris, Caden Lockhart, Corey Ludden, Allison McGagan, Joseph Makonda, Alexander Noe, Abigail Rosine, Damian Rowland, Evan Sassy, Kaylee Schrader, Kylie Tarks, Abby Tollefson, and Lexi Wood. So if you are in the house, would you please stand? Pastor Huebner.
I'm back for this one. This is a student council thing that I moved into helping with student council this year, and part of what my job was is to get the Student of the Month nominations going. So every month, at the end of the month, we send an email out to teachers that said, anyone that stood out for you, write a little description of them, something that they did that was caring, service-oriented, those kinds of things that would be deserving of that Crusader of the Month award. It's really neat to see how many nominations came through, as people really appreciate a lot of the students and what they're doing. And then we take that to a vote, and after the vote is cast, then we announce our Student of the Month. And so you see those Students of the Month on the screen probably. Names are in your program, so if you are a Student of the Month and here tonight, please stand and be recognized. Kind of neat to see the mix of juniors and seniors, about half and half, and boys and girls half and half. Nice mixture that we had this year. Then the next thing is student council. Mrs. Hillstrom was not able to make it tonight. I want to thank her for all the work that she puts in on that. I'm just kind of a support for what she does. She does most of the heavy work, I would say, in leading the student council and what they do. She asked me to be sure to convey to you students that have been part of student council her thanks for the work that you have put in. You guys have been wonderful as far as your leadership and the role that you've taken in making sure that this is a good place to be, and that's a place where the whole St. Croix family can feel together. They provide lots of activities for the students in any of the special weeks that we have, whether it's homecoming or snowfest or any of those kinds of things, even providing for dances and things like that. Lots of work goes on behind the scenes, and that's you student council members that do that. So she wants to thank you, and I want to thank you for all the work that you do, and let's give them a hand. Student council members, would you please stand? Yeah, a little music in the background, and and another round. There we go. Keep it going. We're almost to the freshmen. 4 to go, 2 to go, 1 to go. Yes. Thank you, student council members.
Parents, family members, and students, thanks for coming. No matter what time of year we would pick this, it's always difficult for the students who are in this position to not be having some other activity going on. So we appreciate all of you that you could be here, and thank you to parents. Your children have that service mind because they've learned that from you, and we appreciate the strength and the atmosphere that they add to St. Croix Lutheran Academy. Have a great evening. As I said, if you want the certificates that represent these awards and another folder, another program, you can order those, and we'll make sure that we get to those to you. Have a good evening. Thank you.